Oh wow, is that Cobalt? Just as a quick disclaimer, my mic is cutting out throughout this upcoming video. I'll figure it out later, alright? I'm not re-recording it 20 minutes of stuff. I'm sorry, it will cut out from time to time. It might even be cutting out now. I'll figure it out later. It's obviously something to do with the mic placement. I'm not working with a desk right now, I'm working with a dresser. I'll fix it, I promise. I've just lost focus on the damn screen. Anyway, I'll fix that up hopefully before the next video. I'll do my best. Yes, I'm back. I haven't done my hair or anything. I've had a journey, but we're not here to talk about my journey. We're here to talk about what's been going on in the Hot Wheels community. And it hasn't been nice, or at least the Unleashed community. The rest of the Hot Wheels community doing wonderful, right? We got the Deku DR2. I've got like 5 of them at my mum's. But the rest has not been so good. So if I go through just some stuff that's happened with Milestone, then I just want to address some things. I was going to make a post about it, but I was like, I'm getting back on the computer tonight, so I'll be doing it now, which I am. So what's happened here is at some point, Milestone has promised a balance patch, which I think is a bit ambitious because through the entire history of Hot Wheels Unleashed 1 and 2, they've never attempted a balance patch. So I think that might have been just something they just go, yeah, that'll happen to shut us up, like they did with all the cars that they, were like, hey, do you want to add these cars to the game? We'll add these cars to the game, and then they did not. So let's have a look what's happened here. So what's happened is one member of the community, a frequent member of the community, kind of got sick of waiting. I understand getting sick of waitings, but he did message in the Q&A every day to ask when this was happening. It was like, when is it happening? When is it happening? And like, that's funny and all. I get it. I get that, like, obviously, we've been waiting on this balance patch for a while with the season 7 of WRU coming. I think that a balance patch before then would be really nice. However, this is Milestone. We can't expect too much out of them. And after, I think, 10 days in a row of asking when this balance patch was coming and getting no response whatsoever, they banned him from the Q&A. So this member can no longer access the Q&A section of the Milestone server. It's very hard for me to use this information or like get the information on this because I've been banned from that server for simply speaking on behalf of the community, and simply just pointing out things that were wrong with the game. And I think it was, I forget what the thing was. Oh, that's right. It was because I spoke out when players were getting ghost banned and there was no explanation on it. So I was banned for that because I questioned why people were getting banned for no reason from the video game itself. So this player was banned from just the Q&A section, which it's kind of simple to just answer the question, or even if it's one of those roundabout non-answers that they always give, that was an option. So unfortunately, Milestone did they didn't do the best thing there, but obviously it was someone annoying them, and they just silenced them, which we're about to see a pattern of. A group of members of the community were not happy with this, and started posting free Fidestic as a caption, as a hashtag in the server, and they got timed out for it. There was just timeouts and stuff, and Gore, I was avoiding naming names, but I accidentally did that. Gore sent a massive message. We're just gonna do a quick little flicker. I don't have 2 monitors anymore, so just bear with me. So yeah, we have this big message here, which obviously we're not gonna. There's more to this. It just doesn't all fit on my screen. So unfortunately, we gotta show it like this. But this is just the general gist of what's been going on. It was essentially, why are we muting players when you've still got all these issues going on that haven't been addressed, essentially. Something that I would do is be like, can we address these issues? Please, Milestone, please. Unfortunately for that, I believe, let me just double check what happened there. It looks like it was just, again, a timeout. So, not quite a ban. And then the community organized a raid. I do not endorse this behavior. Yes, I think I have at one point been like, yeah, do this. I don't think that's a good idea. I do not believe that is a good look on our community to endorse raids like this. But obviously, with me being very absent over the last 6 or so months, I wasn't really able to put a stop to it. Although I do believe Shuby has put his foot down and said, do not do this. Which, good job, Shubster. So people were being told, people were organizing to repost this message in the group until Milestone, did something about it. And Gunner and Gore were banned because Milestone changed their rules in the group to just prevent any callouts. Essentially, they've just been like, now if you call us out on the shit that we do to the community, we can ban you for it. That is part of our rules. Which unfortunately, it's their server. They can make that rule. I can make a rule that if I don't like you, I can ban you. That's how I can do things in my server. It's no longer my server, it's Chewy's. But yeah, that's kind of how that works. So unfortunately, they can change the rules and update the rules. That's something they're allowed to do. However, they are censoring all discussion about this and banning people for discussing this or being like, hey, why are we banning people? Which is very, very poor behavior, is to ban people for asking questions. And just ban people for the hell of it, or ban people for opposing you, essentially. Very, very, as a lot of people have said, very dictatorial. So obviously that hasn't gone down well, people. And this is very much, as much as some of these people have, broken rules and stuff, these were rules that were created just for these people. And it does come down to Milestone once again dropping the ball. Milestone just doing a terrible job at running a game, let alone a community server for that game. Their new moderator to replace Datwat, the pedophile that also sexually harassed women using his position of power within Milestone. So while this person is better than Datwat, they don't seem too much better. Just, we just take out all the sexual stuff, and that's the new person. Maybe a little less up themselves. So we kind of expected that. But the big thing I want to address here, this one is mostly for Milestone themselves, is the World Race Unleashed community currently makes up more than half of the player base of Hot Wheels Unleashed. We're just going to do a quick little look online. Back to Steam charts. Whoops. I couldn't search anything. What's going on here? Here we go. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. We have a 24-hour peak of 42 players. 22 playing an hour ago. We're getting an average player base of, 20. We're getting, it's going up. Good job. Well done, Milestone. June and July have been great for you guys. You've actually gained players. March, I think a DLC came out, so they are getting some players. However, I think if we go through the fact that the World Race Unleashed has how many players does World Race Unleashed have? 60. We got 10 teams. Sorry, because Milestone changed the numbers. We have less teams now. 10 teams of 7. So we have 70 players. So that means in a given month, not even every member of World Race Unleashed is getting on the game. Okay. We make up the vast majority of this game. For May, we had a race, I'm pretty sure, every weekend in May. And at no point was there more than 40 people on. All right, so we immediately, when we like an average of 15 people, that's not even 2 races going on at a given time. Is your average. This means at no point in the game was there more than 4 lobbies worth of players online. That's not good. Obviously, yeah, 64 here, just huge jump, huge jump, and it's still climbing. So great to see. I really expected these numbers to be lower, so it's good to see that Milestone has apparently released enough DLC to make people show up. The point I was trying to make, anyway, is that we make up, or the WRU makes up such a large portion of Hot Wheels Unleashed 2's player base that alienating them, banning them, and getting rid of them, if we were to just annex every player in that server from being able to play the game, or, make them not want to play the game, then you're going to halve the numbers of the already low population in Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. Probably more than half. As we saw with some of those numbers, we were the only people on, and quite often if I was to get onto a game now, it's not a good time for everyone else because they're asleep. But generally, if I get onto a game at a time where the Americans or the Europeans are actually awake, then I'll find a game immediately with people I know from that community, from the WIU community. And I think it's very important to listen to the majority player base that are very much upset with their behavior, because if you're not listening to these people and they decide to give up and go somewhere else, that's the end of your game. It's already it already should be the end of the game. I didn't even check. I always check the first Hot Wheels Unleashed and see how that's going. The first Hot Wheels Unleashed is still sitting at an average of 70 players and a peak of 260 players. Whoa! Last month it had an average of 100, a peak of 500. That was the worst month that was one of the worst months possible for Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, and one of the best months in a long time. In 6 months for Hot Wheels Unleashed 1. So clearly, it sounds to me like it had nothing to do with anything Milestone did. Obviously something happened to make everyone want to go back to the first game. Anyway, I'm just rambling here. I think that Milestone not necessarily needs to bend to our will and do as we say. That's not at all what I'm saying. But just willy-nilly banning members of the community that come from the WRU community is a poor look and has a very good chance of damaging the Hot Wheels Unleashed community. If we decide that we're not doing a Season 7, then 80% of the players from our community stop playing the game. The only reason they're playing is for the friends they've made, the teams they've worked hard on, is because they're enjoying this community. It's not even about a competition anymore. They are enjoying what they're doing. They enjoy racing. They enjoy spending time with their friends, their training, their little friendly competition. It's all fun. It's all a lot of fun for them. And that is a part of the game that has become a staple part of the game for these people. They're just wanting the game to be a little better so that this thing that they're doing as a community is a little more enjoyable because it runs better. Instead, we're just getting the same slot we were handed 2 years ago, and it hasn't been 2 years. We're getting the same slot we were handed last year. Sorry, and there hasn't been any real fix. There's been a couple of good fixes. There was that one really good patch a few months in that was amazing, but they've been promising a balance patch. Where is it? Where's this balance patch? And I think this balance patch is pretty much gonna be enough to keep these guys going and want to go on. At this point, I haven't been around. I've literally just gotten home from another adventure. I haven't spoken to Shuby or anyone yet. I don't know if there is plans for season 7. I believe there is. I would assume there is. It's going to end at some point. And if the game is in a stale state, it's going to end sooner. But that's up to the community to decide. It's not up to me to decide. I personally have been questioning whether or not I'm coming back for season 7, like whether I'm coming back for season 7 or not, because I was supposed to come back mid season 6, and just everything fell through. But that's all another video. I've still got races to watch to see what's going on and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching me rant for a while. Milestone. I don't know if you still watch my videos. I know you used to, which upset you. But genuinely, just look after your community. These are the people that pay you. These are the people that are the reason your company is able to stay afloat. We've got this Monster Jam game coming out too, and you don't want the Hoppers community telling the Monster Jam community not to trust Milestone, because at this point they are. Do some nice things. Get this balance patch out. Unban some people. Doesn't have to be me, but come on, Gunner and Gore provide so much to the community. There's no reason to be banning them when they're such active members of the community. And the only time they're outspoken is because you've done something wrong. I don't know. Maybe accountability has always been something that Milestone has lacked. It's about time they found some. Give us an apology for the women that were harassed by Datwat. Give us a balance update. Unban the people that were banned for simply speaking out about the issues that are going on and other players being banned. As I said, it doesn't have to be me. I accept that you guys hate me. All I've ever done is try to be a positive member of the community, to improve the community and have the community at its best. I think that I personally, with the effort I put into the community that now Shuby has taken control of, so between myself, Shuby, the other admins of the World Rise Unleashed, and obviously the captains who have put their teams together, I believe that we are what has made this game as sustainable as it is for as long as it has. The first game, towards the end, we were a large part of the population in that game, not just in people actually racing, but the content that comes out for the game, the user-generated content, the tracks, the cars, that's us. Okay? That is the community I built that is still out there, putting things out there, because when you ruined things in the library editors that were good quit. The only ones that stuck around and dealt with the issue were the ones that were working for World Race Unleashed. Some new ones have come along. It's great to see. But all the original brilliant creators have left, except for the ones in WRU. And not to toot my own horn, a large portion of that is because of the effort I put in, and because of the effort that others have put in after I've brought them together. So I appreciate everyone in the WRU community that is putting in all the effort they have to make this community great. And it is a shame that speaking up for other members of the community who are being mistreated is resulting in you being silenced. I love you guys. Keep up the good work. I look forward to watching the rest of Season 6.